Hey everybody, so recently idubbbz, an extremely successful YouTuber, made a video apologizing essentially for his entire career. He got famous making content cop videos, content calling out other YouTubers, and these videos were often filled with very 2012 teenager talking points. He made a lot of edgelord jokes, he was often kind of mean-spirited, and most importantly for our purposes, he used the N-word quite a lot and advocated kind of seriously for its political usefulness.
It's literally like the definition of desensitizing society to the N-word and taking us a million steps back.
Tana, you are dumb. It is the exact opposite.
For all this, idubbbz gave this really serious apology and decided to unlist all of his content cop stuff. These choices have predictably sparked a lot of negative attention on the internet, and that's broadly from two kinds of people. The first is people who liked it when he was edgy, liked his liberal use of slurs, and who are mad about his political cuckening. The second group, the more reasonable ones I guess, say something like, look, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. I liked your content, and while I don't love your use of slurs, you were funny and you were calling out bad YouTubers, and there's a special place in my heart for the work you did. You see this argument in different forms from the top comments on the apology video, from Boogie2988, and from Solar Sands, a YouTuber I quite like. So I disagree with both groups of people. I think it makes perfect sense that idubbbz wanted to just delete those videos, and here I wanted to explain why in a very personal, non-political way. So one of the deleted content cop videos is about Tana Mongeau, a famous YouTuber I barely know about. In that video, in order to, I guess, call Tana out on her racism and hypocrisy, he goes to a convention of hers, pays extra for the meet and greet, and when it comes time to take a picture with her, he says, say N-word. She seems genuinely uncomfortable and runs off. Who wouldn't, right? This video takes center stage in idubbbz's apology. It's obviously the thing he feels worst about.
I particularly want to apologize to Tana. Tana, I'm sorry. I should have never made that video. I harassed Tana in person and then harassed her online, and that's deplorable behavior. It's so stupid.
And before you judge him for deleting his videos, I think it makes sense to stop and point out that this was not merely a problematic moment, was not just something that bothers people because using that word is generally bad. This Tana Mongeau thing is mortifying. It's a traumatically embarrassing thing to do. We, as audiences, are so invested in spectacle that it's easy to forget that what happens in front of cameras, what we do for the public, it's real. It has weight. He did not merely make content at this convention. He actually walked up to a real person and heckled them with the N-word. It wasn't a joke. There's no real joke going on here. No, it's portrayed as like a cool gotcha moment, an expression of a kind of political superiority. I don't say this to be mean, far from it, but this, what idubbbz is doing here, is on its face antisocial behavior that would make almost everyone in the real world think you're a dweeb and an asshole. But importantly, this was not how it was received. idubbbz had cultivated and encouraged an audience to be so detached from this obvious social reality that people just loved it and gave him millions and millions of views. You can say, why throw the baby out with the bathwater? Why get rid of work that has good things to it? But I don't think this is an empathetic response, because I think a lot of us in idubbbz's shoes would feel exactly the way he feels. When you do a nasty antisocial thing and everyone just sees that as normal, the problem isn't just the event itself, but fundamental things about the way you're appealing to people, what you are as a content producer, and why people like you. In other words, if this mortifying thing is something people like about me, if it is in fact part of the reason they like my videos, then they must think being a freak is cool. And seeing that, yeah, I'd want to burn it all down too. It's the obvious choice, I'd say. Anyway, that was my thought. Bye.